You might not be aware of these three ancient mysteries, but you should be. The world is full of mysteries that haven't been answered yet. Who put JonBenet Ramsey to death? How did Amelia Earhart get away? Will we ever find out who D.B. Cooper really is? And on and on. However, relatively new unreported crimes aren't the only thing that keeps us up at night. We're also puzzled by secrets from the past and wonder what life must have been like back then. Archaeologists and historians have been trying to figure out three ancient riddles that haven't been solved for hundreds or even thousands of years. They have been very hard to solve. Plus, these three old mysteries aren't often written down in history books, so you're sure to learn something new as you read. Let's go down the rabbit hole together. Let's do something strange with the past. The Pyramid of Hellineken. It's easy to say that the Egyptian pyramids are old mysteries, at least when it comes to how they were built. Egypt's old people weren't the only ones who built pyramids, though. The best example of this that is not from Egypt is the Hellineken Pyramid in Argolis, Greece. To begin, it was built a very long time ago. There are scholars who say it was built around 2720 BC, which is hard to believe. That date of building would also make it much older than all of the Egyptian pyramids. Because of this, archaeologists are very interested in how the Greek pyramid could have been built with the tools and engineering knowledge that were available at the time. Besides that, it's also not at all clear why the Hellineken pyramid exists. Some historians think that a very important battle happened there a long time ago, and that the pyramid is a way to remember the battle and the soldiers who died in it. That idea makes sense, but unfortunately it's only a theory. Inside the walls of the now falling pyramid, nothing has ever been found to prove that it was used as a tomb or tribute. At the end of the day, not very much is known about the Hellineken pyramid. The fact that it was built so long ago, before the Egyptian tombs, makes it even more mysterious. It's even stranger when you think about the fact that there are no other mounds like this in Greece, at least none that have stood the test of time. Why is it there? What did you use it for? How did they build it in the first place? Why is it the only one in the area? It looks like we'll never know at this point. The writings of Rongorongo. There are huge stone figures of faces that everyone knows about. They are on Easter Island in the South Pacific Ocean. Of course, no one knows why they're there or how they were made, but at least that's a well-known puzzle. The so-called Rongorongo writings are a much stranger early riddle that has mostly stayed out of the public eye. They were found on Easter Island. These writings are a bunch of complicated glyphs cut into stone. They look like a very, very, very early form of writing. Additionally, because Easter Island is so far away from the rest of the world, it seems like the people who lived there created writing all by themselves. The Rongorongo writings were found for the first time by people from the West in 1864 by a man named Eugene Arod. But Eugene found the signs at least 700 or 800 years before Eugene did. They are probably even older than that. Modern experts don't know how they got there, how these words and images were made, or how they became standard. We know about the Rongorongo writings about the same amount now as Arod did when he found them for the first time. The other strange thing is that scientists and historians still can't figure out what the glyphs mean. Anyhow, because Easter Island was so far away from other places, the language used in the table writing has no clear links to any nearby cultures. What we see here seems to be writing from a tongue that is very likely extinct and will never be heard again. However, if you think you can crack codes and solve problems, go ahead and do it. The lines of Nazca. We've all heard of crop circles, those huge, wavy patterns that seem to appear every once in a while when someone, maybe an alien, is feeling spooky. But crop circles have been shown to be faked for the most part by now. Plus, they're not really old secrets. The Nazca lines, on the other hand, are much creepier and less certain. They are from ancient times, in huge parts of the dry deserts and plains in southern Peru. This set of very long lines is drawn. No one knows why they are there, how they got there, or what they were used for, but it is thought that they probably had some religious meaning for the Naza society, which is no longer around. In addition, the lines are very old. Researchers think that the Nazca lines were made sometime between 500 BC and 500 AD. This type of huge writing can be seen from the air, and there are more than 100 of them. It's amazing that they were made so wonderfully by people who were stuck on the ground and didn't have the tools to fly planes, we think. In terms of the details, the lines make forms that are easy to recognize, such as people, birds, monkeys, fish, and even a jaguar. But why? What was the point? Some historians think that sailors coming in from the sea could see them and that they told them where to begin their journey to shore. Some people think there was a religious aspect to the whole thing. Still, some researchers think the Nazca lines could have been a way for people to stay safe and avoid death a long time ago. That's pretty creepy.